Beloved chosen one, pause for a moment. The noise of the world is loud, and yet heaven has carved this stillness for you. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. You are not here by chance. You are here because the Father wants to whisper something into the depths of your soul. You have a heart unlike the rest. While many have hardened themselves to survive, you have chosen to stay kind. You have loved when it would have been easier to turn cold. You have forgiven when bitterness called your name. You have smiled at people who did not smile back. And that, beloved, is why heaven has been watching you. You are the one who kept your softness when the world told you to toughen up. You are the one who gave even when you had little left to give. Every tear, every sigh, every quiet act of goodness was seen by the one who made you. He has written your name among those who love purely. He is proud of the way you have not allowed darkness to change your nature. Listen carefully, your kindness is not weakness. It is your weapon. The light that radiates from your heart terrifies darkness. When you choose compassion, in moments when others would choose revenge, the spiritual atmosphere shifts. You may not see it, but the enemy trembles every time you choose love over resentment. Your gentle heart carries the signature of God Himself. There were nights you questioned why you care so deeply, why you hurt so easily, why you feel the pain of others as if it were your own. The answer is simple. Chosen one, your heart was crafted in the image of divine mercy. God gave you this sensitivity because He could trust you with it. You are not fragile, you are finely tuned to heaven's heartbeat. And now, He calls you to understand something sacred. Your kindness has eternal value. It is not wasted. It is not unnoticed. Every act of love you've given is stored like treasure in heaven. You are the kind of soul the world desperately needs but rarely understands. That is why you have often felt misunderstood, even out of place. But hear this, your heart fits perfectly in heaven's design. The world may mock gentleness, but heaven crowns it. The world may mistake humility for weakness, but heaven calls it strength. The Creator Himself looks upon your compassion and smiles. He remembers the moments you chose silence instead of retaliation, the moments you blessed others who had cursed you. He remembers every sacrifice no one thanked you for. The Spirit wants you to know your kind heart is evidence of divine DNA. When others act out of pride, you act out of love. When others turn away, you step closer. And even though that love has cost you deeply, it has marked you as one of heaven's own. You are part of a remnant of souls whose love keeps this world from collapsing into total darkness. There is a reason you have always felt things deeply. It's because you carry heaven's compassion. The same tenderness that moved Jesus to heal the broken and forgive the unworthy lives in you. Do not apologize for being different. Do not shrink your light because others do not understand it. Your kindness is prophetic. It announces the nature of God without you needing to say a word. As the ancient writings declare in the first book of Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Heaven does not measure you by status, possessions, or achievements. Heaven measures you by love. You have been weighed on the divine scales, and your kindness has pleased the Lord. So even if the world forgets your name, God has etched it upon His palm. You may not realize it, but every simple act of goodness you do becomes a ripple in eternity. Each kind word, each gentle smile, each silent prayer for another heaven records them all. Your compassion alters atmospheres and awakens hope where despair once lived. Remember, chosen one, you are building something eternal with every loving choice you make. Your quiet strength carries the fragrance of heaven. When others choose pride, you choose peace. When others choose cruelty, you choose grace. That is why God calls you His reflection on earth. And now, a gentle command comes to you. Keep your heart tender. The coming days will test your love, but the one who endures in goodness will shine brighter than the stars. When you feel weary, remember this message. You are seen. You are celebrated. You are chosen. Beloved, if this word has stirred something deep within you, if you feel heaven speaking directly to your soul, then take a moment to let the world know you have heard. Tap the heart. Share this message so another tender soul may rise. And subscribe so you never miss the words heaven sends to strengthen you. And as a prophetic act, type 777 inches the comments below to declare, "My kindness is my crown." Heaven is smiling upon you. Chosen one, you have a genuinely kind heart and God is proud of you. Chosen one, you have lived in a world that often rewards cruelty and mocks compassion. The louder voices rise. The softer ones get drowned, but you have refused to let your heart grow cold. You have felt the pressure to become like them, tougher, sharper, less caring. Yet something sacred inside you always whispered, "Don't lose yourself." That voice was heaven guarding your spirit. It was God's hand resting on your heart, reminding you that goodness is not weakness, it is divine strength clothed in humility. You walk among people who mistake kindness for naivety, generosity for foolishness, and patience for passivity. They cannot see what heaven sees. You carry a rare purity, a light that confuses the proud because it doesn't fit their logic. You forgive faster than you are thanked. You help even those who would never return the favor. That is why the spiritual realm recognizes you as one set apart, a vessel of mercy in a time when hearts are turning to stone. Every time you chose gentleness over vengeance, heaven recorded it. Every moment you bit your tongue instead of lashing out, the angels took note. The way you refuse to gossip when others tear someone apart, the way you comfort the broken when no one is watching, all of it echoes in eternity. God has seen you defend those who couldn't defend themselves, love people who couldn't love you back, and stand in quiet strength when misunderstood. There are nights you wonder, does it even matter? You question whether your small acts of love make any difference in a world so loud, so cruel. But the truth is, they are the difference. You are one of the few still carrying light in a world that prefers shadows. When you show kindness to someone undeserving, heaven celebrates. When you choose patience instead of rage, demons lose ground. You are doing more spiritual warfare through your gentleness than most people do through shouting. The path you walk is narrow, but it leads to glory. There will always be moments when you feel alone in your compassion. The world tells you to take care of yourself first, to toughen your heart, to stop caring so much, but you were never designed to blend in. You were made to reflect the heart of your Creator, who still weeps for the broken and still loves the unlovable. And even though it feels heavy, this tenderness within you is heaven's answer to the world's cruelty. You may not be changing nations with speeches or shaking empires with power, but every kind act you sow is like planting a seed in dry ground. Kindness grows slowly, but it grows, surely. One smile can lift despair. One forgiving word can stop a curse from spreading. You are heaven's gardener, tending souls with the light of your heart. The darkness wants to convince you that your love is pointless, that it's better to be hard, better to be selfish. But do not believe that lie. The truth is, kindness is rebellion against hell itself. Every time you choose compassion, you wage war against the bitterness consuming this generation. You are not weak, you are dangerous to darkness. The devil cannot understand a heart that still loves after being wounded. According to what is revealed in the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 21, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. These words were not written for perfect people, they were written for souls like you, who feel deeply and keep loving anyway. You have overcome more than you realize. You have faced betrayal without becoming bitter. You have been rejected and still chosen to care. You have been forgotten, yet you remember others. That, chosen one, is divine victory. The enemy thought pain would turn you cold. He hoped disappointment would make you cynical. But instead, your heart became stronger, wiser, and softer at the same time. You learned to love without expecting anything in return, to give without seeking applause, to serve without recognition. You learned that heaven's rewards are invisible for now, but eternal later. One day, you will see the ripple of your kindness stretch across time. People you never met will thank God for your gentleness. Souls will find healing because you refuse to give up on love. When heaven tells the story of your life, it won't list your titles or possessions, it will recount how you loved. So keep your tenderness, chosen one. In a world that glorifies pride, you have chosen compassion. In a generation obsessed with being right, you have chosen to be kind. That is not weakness, that is divine power wrapped in grace. You are not hidden from heaven's eyes. The Father sees your struggles, your small victories, your daily choices to stay good when it hurts. He whispers over you now, well done, my child, keep shining. And one day, every act of kindness you sowed in tears will return to you in eternal joy. Chosen one, how many times have you been misunderstood because of your kindness? How often have people mistaken your patience for weakness, your silence for surrender, your forgiveness for foolishness? They thought they could take advantage of you, and yet you loved them anyway. You stood in places where others would have turned bitter, and still, you chose compassion. Heaven took note of that. Every time you swallowed your pride to keep peace, every time you chose understanding instead of retaliation, heaven recorded it as worship. You are not weak. You are chosen to carry a love that this world cannot comprehend. The very thing others mock in you, the softness of your heart, is what makes you resemble your Creator. The gentle strength within you reflects His nature. That is why, even when others tried to break you, you never completely fell apart. God Himself preserved your tenderness. Sometimes you wonder why kindness feels like a curse. Why the very people you help are the ones who hurt you. Why love often returns to you as pain. But listen carefully, you are walking the same path your Savior walked. Love was never meant to be easy, it was meant to be eternal. The world rejected Him, too. And yet He never stopped giving. You, chosen one, share in that divine nature. You are part of a rare remnant whose hearts mirror heaven's mercy. There were days you said nothing, but heaven heard the cries behind your silence. There were moments when you forgave, not because they deserved it, but because your heart could not carry hatred. That was not weakness, that was divine strength clothed in humility. Every tear you shed became a seed in the garden of eternity. The more the world misunderstood you, the more heaven remembered you. The Spirit spoke through the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 7, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." This blessing belongs to you. You who have extended grace when it was not returned. You who have prayed for those who wounded you. You who have smiled through pain and kept believing in goodness. Heaven promises mercy to those who give it. And mercy is the highest currency in eternity. You may not see your reward yet, but it is coming. Every time you choose love instead of revenge, you are planting a seed that will outlive you. The fruit of your kindness will grow in people long after you're gone. Some hearts you've touched may never tell you how much your presence meant, but one day they will remember your goodness when life becomes dark, and your light will guide them home. But there's more. Chosen one, God wants to teach you that being misunderstood is part of your anointing. You were not made for applause, you were made for impact. Applause fades, but divine remembrance is eternal. The more people misjudge your motives, the more God defends you in the unseen realm. The same compassion that made you vulnerable also makes you powerful in spiritual warfare. Your love disarms the enemy. You may not see the effect now, but your mercy is shaking foundations. When you bless someone who has cursed you, heaven releases, covering over your household. When you pray for someone who betrayed you, God releases favor in your life. You have become a living sermon, a quiet testimony that love is stronger than hate. Sometimes you feel invisible, as if no one truly sees the depth of your heart. But remember, heaven does. The Father sees the intention behind every word you speak, every kindness you give. He knows how much strength it takes to stay gentle in a cruel world, and He calls you blessed. Even now, God whispers, "Do not let the ungratefulness of others make you bitter. Their rejection cannot cancel your reward. Every misunderstanding you endure only refines your light. It purifies your motives and brings you closer to divine likeness. So, keep walking with your gentle fire. Keep shining where others dim. The misunderstood ones are the ones heaven trusts most. You have no idea how many lives are being changed simply because you refuse to harden your heart. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the weight of heaven's gaze upon you. You are not forgotten. You are not foolish for loving deeply. You are brave for loving anyway. And if this message has stirred something inside your spirit, if you feel God confirming that your kindness has meaning beyond this moment, then declare it aloud in the comments below. Love wins. Write it as a prophetic act. When you type those two words, you are aligning with heaven's truth that love never fails. Even when misunderstood, you are declaring that no wound will silence your compassion. No betrayal will steal your purity. No rejection will change your heart. The world may misread your gentleness, but heaven interprets it correctly. The angels record it as faithfulness. Every time you forgive, you mirror the cross. Every time you care, you continue the mission of divine love. So let the misunderstood ones rejoice. You are not weak, you are chosen. You are not forgotten, you are favored. And your mercy is rewriting destinies in silence. Chosen one, Your heart has carried the weight of compassion for so long that sometimes it feels heavy. You wonder why you sense people's pain before they even speak. You feel the atmosphere shift in a room. You discern sorrow behind laughter, loneliness behind smiles. It is not that you are fragile, it is that your heart was designed to carry divine empathy. What others call sensitivity, heaven calls assignment. You are entrusted with a measure of compassion that allows you to feel what others ignore, to see what others overlook, and to love in places where love has run dry. You have felt drained because you have poured so much. You have comforted others while your own soul cried in silence. You have encouraged people who never once asked how you were doing. There were nights you prayed for others' peace while your own heart was restless. And still, you gave. Still, you loved. Still, you forgave. That is why heaven has been watching over you so closely, because even when your strength faltered, your spirit did not quit. You kept carrying love through exhaustion. But now, the Father wants to remind you of something vital. Your empathy is not a burden, it is armor. Compassion was never meant to crush you, it was meant to protect you. The heart that feels deeply also perceives danger early. Your tears are not signs of weakness, but signals of discernment. When you weep for others, you cleanse not only your own spirit, but also the atmosphere around you. Your tears intercede. Your kindness becomes warfare. You may have thought that loving deeply makes you vulnerable, but heaven says it makes you powerful. The enemy cannot manipulate a heart that truly loves. Darkness cannot enter a soul that continuously forgives. That is why your kindness has been attacked so often the enemy fears it. He knows that your compassion disarms his plans. Every time you refuse to return evil for evil, his influence loses ground. Your gentleness breaks generational cycles of cruelty. Your empathy interrupts curses of apathy. You are not just feeling for others, you are fighting for them. Think about the moments when you almost hardened your heart. Pain tried to teach you to stop caring. Betrayal tried to convince you that kindness is useless. But you couldn't do it. You couldn't become like the world. Even when you tried to numb your emotions, your spirit refused to go silent. That was God protecting your calling. Your sensitivity is not your flaw, it's your signature. Heaven marked you as one who carries divine tenderness in human form. Heaven speaks clearly through the writings of Paul in the letter to the Galatians. Chapter 6, verse 2, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. This is not just a verse, it is a description of your life. You have carried others' pain without recognition. You have listened when no one else would. You have shown mercy where others demanded revenge. You have lived this command quietly and faithfully, and heaven calls it worship. You fulfill divine law every time you reach out with compassion. Every time you lift another's burden, even while carrying your own. There are unseen rewards for such hearts. While others chase glory, you are gathering grace. While others seek status, you are collecting souls through kindness. God is not blind to your exhaustion. He sees how much you have given, how much you continue to give. The Father wants you to know that He is refilling what you have poured out. The strength you thought was lost will return not through applause, but through peace. Rest now in this truth. Compassion is holy ground. When you care for others, you step into sacred space. Every time you comfort someone, you reflect the Comforter Himself. You are never closer to the heart of God than when you love someone who cannot repay you. That is why your life has spiritual weight. You are walking in the footsteps of Christ every day without even realizing it. You may feel alone in your tenderness, but heaven is near to the compassionate. Angels surround those who choose mercy over judgment. Your kind heart has drawn divine favor. Even when people take advantage of your love, they cannot steal the blessing that follows it. God Himself becomes your defender. He guards those who guard others. So, if you are weary today, let this truth revive you. Your compassion is not your curse, it is your crown. Every heavy feeling you carry, every ache of empathy, is a sign that your heart is still alive and radiant in a world growing cold. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to heal what is broken. You are a vessel of divine tenderness, a living reminder that love still reigns. Let your empathy remain strong. Chosen one, do not despise your sensitivity. It is heaven's fingerprint on your soul. One day, when you stand before God, He will show you every life your compassion touched, every soul your kindness lifted. You will realize that the weight you carried was never wasted. It was worship all along. Chosen one, there are few things more sacred than love that expects nothing in return. You know this because you have lived it. You have given without demand, helped without condition, loved without repayment. You have poured your heart into people who did not always appreciate the gift. You've been the warm fire in their cold seasons. Yet, when your own heart shivered, few noticed. But heaven noticed. The one who sees in secret has watched every sacrifice, every act of quiet generosity. There were moments when you questioned whether your giving made any difference. You whispered, "Lord, do they even care yet?" Even in that doubt, you kept giving. That is what sets you apart. Your love has never been a transaction. It has been a reflection of divine mercy. You've sown seeds in fields where no one thanked you, and though it felt like loss, heaven calls it investment. You are like a river, chosen one, constantly pouring, constantly nourishing others, even as the world draws from you. And though rivers lose water, they are always replenished by their source. God Himself is that source. Every drop you give will return to you multiplied in peace, in joy, in spiritual abundance. You may not realize it, but each act of love you release shifts something in the unseen. When you encourage someone who has given up, the atmosphere changes. When you give your time to the lonely, angels record it. You are part of heaven's distribution system, the divine flow of kindness that keeps the world from freezing over. As was spoken in the sacred texts of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Your harvest is coming. Every tear you've sown, every word of comfort, every generous act will bloom in divine timing. God wastes nothing, not even the love that seems unreturned. You may not see the results yet, but heaven is working behind the veil. Still, the Father knows your heart gets tired. You've given so much that sometimes you feel empty. That is why this moment matters, because it's a time for refilling. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. Just as a lamp needs oil to keep burning, your spirit needs nourishment to stay radiant. Beloved, consider this when you share this message. You are pouring light into another soul. When you subscribe, you're not just following a voice, you're joining a movement of tenderness in a hardened world. When you support this work, whether through prayer or giving. You're fueling a fire that warms countless hearts who feel forgotten. Think of it like planting trees along the road. You may never sit under their shade, but others will. A small act from you becomes shelter for someone else tomorrow. When you sow into what feeds your soul, you keep the river flowing, you keep the flame alive. If this message has touched you, if it has reminded you that your love is seen, consider sharing it like you'd pass a candle in the dark. You never know who might be walking through their own night in silence. Your share could be the spark that reignites hope. And if you feel led to give, let it be out of gratitude, not obligation. Donations, however small, are like drops of oil that keep this lamp burning, allowing more souls to be reached, more hearts to be healed. You are not funding a platform, you are fueling a mission of light. Just as rivers need tributaries to stay alive, ministries need faithful hearts to sustain them, whether through a like, a share, a word of encouragement, or a gift. You become part of this flow of grace. You help the message reach the next weary traveler who's about to give up. The Father rejoices in cheerful givers because they resemble Him. Every time you give, you mirror His nature. He gave breath, life, mercy, and redemption. When you extend that same spirit, you partner with heaven in restoring what's broken. Beloved, your kindness has never been in vain. The hands you've stretched out in love will one day receive in abundance. And even now, as you listen, heaven pours peace into your soul, the kind that replenishes what life has drained. So let this be your reminder. You are a river connected to a limitless source. Keep flowing, keep shining, keep believing that your love changes the world, one soul at a time. And as you do, remember your support, your shares, your prayers, and your gifts are not forgotten. They return to you as waves of blessing, just as the tide always comes back to the shore. Heaven smiles upon generous hearts. You have given much already. But this moment, this act of joining the flow, will echo far beyond what you can see. Keep your heart open, your spirit generous, and your love unending. Chosen one, your heart is not ordinary. It mirrors the very image of the one who breathed life into you. In a world hardened by pride and selfish ambition, you carry something sacred, gentleness wrapped in divine strength. You have chosen compassion where others choose cruelty, forgiveness where others hold grudges, humility where others crave recognition. Heaven has seen this, and heaven smiles upon you. There is a reason you have always been drawn to peace. You were created in the likeness of the Prince of Peace. Your calm presence shifts rooms, not because you speak loudly, but because your spirit carries the fragrance of heaven. People may not always say it aloud, but they feel safer around you. They feel lighter, calmer, understood. That is not coincidence, that is divine influence flowing through you. And yet, you have also felt the weight of it. Sometimes, carrying the nature of God feels heavy in a world that celebrates arrogance. You've been misunderstood, criticized, and even used because of your kindness. But listen, beloved, what the world sees as weakness, God calls wisdom. You are the reflection of His mercy, the vessel of His gentleness, the living example of His heart. Heaven speaks through the Apostles' words in the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. You have lived this verse without even realizing it. Every time you forgave when it hurt, every time you chose grace when anger felt easier, you fulfilled this divine calling. You became a living sermon without speaking a word. Your life is preaching love louder than any voice could. Do you know why God delights in your kindness? Because your heart has become a reflection of His own. The world rewards cleverness, but heaven rewards compassion. The more you love, the more you resemble the Creator. Every gentle action you take sends ripples through eternity. You are painting heaven's nature across the canvas of the earth with every act of grace. But sometimes you wonder, who will be kind to me? It is a fair question. Beloved, you have given endlessly, sometimes to the point of exhaustion. But hear this truth, God Himself will repay you. The love you've poured out has not been lost, it has been stored. Every tear you've cried in secret is being turned into favor. Every moment you've been overlooked is becoming preparation for divine recognition. Heaven is not unjust. God never forgets a kind heart. Your kindness has been tested by fire. But fire cannot destroy what is pure, it only refines it. You've come through storms, not bitter, but brighter. You've come through betrayal, not hardened, but humbled. That is the evidence of divine transformation. That is how heaven knows you are His. And now, the Father whispers to your spirit, keep your heart soft, even when the world turns cold, because your heart is not fragile, it is fortified by grace. The world needs what you carry. Without hearts like yours, love would fade faster from the earth. You are proof that goodness still exists. Every time you show compassion, you rewrite someone's story. You restore hope where despair lived. You remind the broken that mercy is still alive. You may not see the impact, but heaven watches every ripple of love you create. You are fulfilling purpose in ways you cannot measure. And now, beloved, let this be your sign. Heaven has seen your quiet goodness, your gentle endurance, your unwavering faith. God is proud of you, not for what you have accomplished, but for how you have loved. You have shown the world that light can still exist in human form. So pause for a moment. Let gratitude rise in your heart. Feel heaven smiling over you. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not invisible. You are illuminated. If this message has reached your spirit, if you can feel heaven confirming what your soul already knows, that your kindness has divine purpose, then take a prophetic step of faith. Type 333 inches, the comments below, not as a superstition, but as a sacred declaration that you agree with heaven's plan. When you type 333, you are saying, I carry God's heart, and I will not let this world harden me. You are affirming that you will keep loving, keep forgiving, keep shining. It is an act of alignment between your spirit and the throne of grace. Let the number be your signature of faith, a reminder that you belong to the one whose mercy never fails. You are not random, you are chosen. You are not weak, you are divine strength hidden in gentleness. You are not empty, you are overflowing with the love of God. So continue, chosen one, to be the quiet miracle in a noisy world. Heaven is counting every kindness, and eternity is being shaped by the light you release. The world may never give you trophies for your compassion, but heaven is preparing a crown that will never fade. Keep shining, keep forgiving, Keep being you, because the world needs your kind of love. Chosen one. There are moments in every heart's journey when kindness feels like fire, when the very thing that once brought warmth begins to burn. You have known those moments. You've loved deeply, and that love has been tested by disappointment, betrayal, and silence. You've seen people you poured into walk away without a thank you. You've watched your generosity taken for granted, your compassion mistaken for naivety. But do not grieve. Beloved, the fire that tried your kindness was never meant to destroy you, it was meant to purify you. Every act of goodness, every selfless gesture, passes through this refining flame. God allows certain pains, not to punish, but to prove what is real. Just as gold must pass through fire to reveal its worth, your kindness must endure misunderstanding to reveal its purity. And it has. The fire did not consume your compassion, it clarified it. You may have fewer words now, but deeper wisdom. You may love more cautiously, but more genuinely. Your kindness has evolved from simple emotion to sacred strength. There were times when you said, "I will never trust again." Times when betrayal made you question the purpose of love. Yet here you are, still kind, still gentle, still willing to see the best in people. That is not weakness. It is resurrection. Every time your heart broke, God rebuilt it stronger, wiser, more reflective of His own. When others withdrew their love, you learned to draw from heaven. When others turned cold, you became the warmth that remained. And in those silent nights of disappointment, when no one saw your tears, heaven was watching. Angels stood guard as you wrestled with pain, and the Father whispered, "You are still mine." The prophet's words recorded in Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 3, declare, "The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart." These words are not about punishment, they are about promotion. The test was never to break you, but to shape you. Every betrayal was a chisel in the hands of a careful sculptor, carving away what could not remain. Every disappointment stripped you of illusions so that love in you could become pure, holy, unconditional. Your heart is a temple now burned clean of pretense. You no longer love for validation, but for purpose. You do not give to be seen, but because giving is your nature. The fire has revealed who you are. You were never merely a nice person. You are a vessel of divine compassion. You carry heaven's heartbeat inside mortal flesh. That is why your kindness has power. It comes from the eternal. Sometimes, God lets the ones we help hurt us, not because He is cruel, but because He wants to anchor our compassion in Him alone. Human gratitude fades, but divine love endures. You have learned this truth firsthand, even when people fail to appreciate your goodness. The source of all goodness never stops pouring back into you. And now, you understand that every loss refined your motives. Every misunderstanding purified your love. Every disappointment deepened your connection to the one who loves perfectly. You have walked through the fire, and instead of ashes, you now carry an anointing that cannot be stolen. This is why your presence carries quiet authority. You've endured storms that silenced others, yet you still speak peace. You've endured wounds that could have made you cruel, yet you still bless. You are proof that God's grace is stronger than human failure. The world sees scars. Heaven sees signatures of strength. Do not despise the trials that shaped you. Without them, you would not recognize the depth of your own heart. Without them, you would not understand the pain of those you now comfort. Your wounds have become windows through which others glimpse God's mercy. Your tears have become oil for healing others. The things that once broke you have become the very tools you use to rebuild lives. Chosen one, you are not just surviving, you are glowing. The fire that tried you has made you luminous. You carry light that no darkness can extinguish, and compassion that no betrayal can corrupt. The same flame that once frightened you now burns within you as strength. And so, you walk through life differently now. You don't chase validation, you create peace. You don't demand recognition, you give from overflow. You don't fear losing people, you trust the one who remains. This is what it means to be refined by fire, to love without expectation, to give without condition, to shine without fear. One day, you will look back and see that the moments that hurt most were the moments heaven was working hardest. The furnace that tested your heart was the womb of your anointing. You are gold, now tested, tempered, timeless. So stand tall. Chosen one, the fire did not take your kindness, it crowned it. And the glow you carry now is the proof that nothing pure is ever truly lost in the flames. Chosen one, you have lived long enough to understand that true goodness rarely receives applause. There are countless times when your kindness has gone unnoticed, your efforts unacknowledged, your love unreciprocated. You have done what is right when no one was watching, given when no one said thank you, and prayed for people who never even knew you were interceding for them. Yet you kept doing good. You kept loving. You kept sowing light into places that preferred darkness. Heaven saw it all. It's easy to feel invisible in such moments. You wonder whether your compassion makes any difference in a world that celebrates self-interest. But remember this: beloved, silence from people is not silence from heaven. You are never unseen by the one who formed your heart. When you act in kindness, you enter into a divine rhythm, the same rhythm that moves the stars, the same rhythm that beats within God's own heart. You are like a tree planted beside living waters. The world walks past and only sees the bark, but heaven sees the roots. The strength of your spirit is not in the praise you receive, but in the purity of your intention. Every quiet act of love is a seed, and those seeds lie hidden in darkness for a time. They always rise again in due season. We are reminded through the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 4, "Your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." This is heaven's promise to you. Every unseen kindness is being written in eternal ink. Every smile you've given to a weary soul, every prayer whispered for a stranger, every burden carried silently, heaven keeps record. The rewards of mercy do not come with fanfare, they come with peace. They arrive as favor in moments you didn't expect, as comfort when you need it most, as unexpected blessings that remind you that God never forgets. You may think that your small gestures go unnoticed, but the truth is, they sustain the world. The gentle souls, the ones who love quietly, are the reason humanity hasn't collapsed entirely into cruelty. When you forgive, when you serve, when you care, you tilt the balance toward light. You are one of the invisible pillars holding up a weary generation. There is something deeply divine about doing good without an audience. It reflects the nature of God Himself. He paints sunsets no one sees, waters, deserts no one visits, and breathes life into places we will never touch. You, too, mirror that hidden generosity. You give not for attention, but because your nature will not let you do otherwise. You were made in the image of unseen kindness. And yes, there are days you wish someone would notice. You wish a simple word of appreciation would find its way to you. God understands that longing. He placed it there. But he also whispers that his recognition is greater than human validation. When heaven applauds, it resounds beyond time itself. Sometimes, your reward comes not in things, but in transformation. The person you helped begins to heal. The child you encouraged grows into strength. The soul you forgave finds freedom. And though you may never witness the full outcome, heaven allows your kindness to echo long after you've moved on. The world may not clap for you, but creation honors you. The air seems lighter where you pass. The weary breathe easier near your presence. Your life leaves traces of grace in places you'll never return to. You are heaven's quiet revolution, changing the atmosphere without demanding attention. So, when fatigue whispers, "No one cares," remind your spirit that heaven does. When doubt says, "It doesn't matter," remember that every act of mercy alters the eternal landscape. What you do in love is never wasted. And when the loneliness of unacknowledged goodness tries to crush your spirit, look to the unseen world. There are angels watching over you with reverence, not pity. They marvel that a mortal heart can carry such divine endurance. They see what the world cannot: your faithfulness under pressure, your softness under strain. You are storing treasures that thieves cannot steal. The applause of men fades like an echo, but the smile of God endures forever. So continue to love in secret, to forgive without being asked, to give when no one notices. These are the things that move heaven. These are the deeds that will one day shine brighter than crowns and thrones. Chosen one. The quiet kindness you practice is building a legacy that will outlast kingdoms. It is the kind of goodness that never dies. The kind that heaven celebrates long after the noise of this world is gone. Your reward is not pending. It is already unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. Peace, favor, and divine covering surround you because you chose mercy over recognition. You are one of the silent ones. Heaven honors the guardians of light who keep the flame alive when the world grows cold. Chosen one. Have you ever wondered why? Despite your gentleness, storms seem to chase you. Why the ones with pure hearts often face the hardest trials? It's not because God is distant. It's because heaven trusts you with the weight of mercy. You have been chosen to prove that goodness endures even under pressure, while others crumble under injustice. You rise with grace. When others retaliate, you bless. You are not just surviving, you are testifying. God's justice works differently than human fairness. The world shouts for revenge, but heaven whispers of restoration. The Lord does not ignore what has been done to you. Every tear you've shed, every word spoken against you, every act of goodness mocked or forgotten, he has seen it all. And he is moving. You may not yet see the scales tipping, but divine balance is being restored behind the veil. Sometimes it seems as though evil people prosper while the kind-hearted struggle, but that is only for a season. Mercy delays judgment, it never denies it. You must remember that your reward comes from a higher court, one that never misjudges motives. Your heart is safe in God's hands, and His timing is always perfect. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." You have spent too long defending yourself to those who never truly saw you. Heaven says, stop explaining, stop proving, stop striving. You do not need to convince anyone of your purity. Your peace will become your proof. God Himself is your defender. The same hands that created galaxies are the ones covering you now. There were seasons when betrayal left you speechless, when lies wrapped around your name, when your kindness was twisted into weakness. You cried, "Lord, why?" And He answered not in words, but in endurance. Every time you chose silence instead of revenge, you participated in divine warfare. You allowed God to take the case, and He never loses. You see, divine justice is not always immediate, it is inevitable. The longer heaven waits, the more complete the restoration will be. What you thought you lost is returning multiplied. What they took without remorse, God will return with interest. You will walk into blessings so radiant that even those who hurt you will see it and know you were protected all along. Chosen one, your gentleness has not gone unrewarded. You may not wear armor, but you are clothed in light. You may not hold a sword, but your peace pierces darkness. Every kind act you've done in faith has become a declaration that goodness still wins, that love is still stronger than cruelty, that the humble will indeed be exalted. The Father wants you to rest now, not in defeat, but in confidence. You have fought long enough trying to prove your worth. The battle is no longer yours. You've done what was asked. You've kept your heart pure when it was easier to be bitter. You've stayed compassionate when it was safer to close off. You've endured with grace, and that endurance has drawn heaven's attention. You are being vindicated even now. Doors that once shut will open again. Voices that mocked you will fall silent, not because you sought revenge, but because God Himself is making your goodness known. When heaven defends you, no one can speak against you. When God promotes you, no human hand can stop it. The very pain that humbled you will become the soil of your elevation. Those who wronged you will watch as favor finds you. They will realize that the one they dismissed was heaven's beloved all along. You don't need to celebrate their downfall. Your peace will be loud enough. Now, beloved, take a deep breath. Let go of every need to prove, every thought of retaliation. The season of striving is over. You are stepping into divine stillness, where battles fight themselves and victories find you without force. If this message has reached the part of you that still aches for justice, if you feel the quiet assurance that heaven is already at work, then declare your agreement in the comments below with the simple words, "God wins." Write it not as a slogan, but as faith made visible. When you type, "God wins," you are releasing your control back to the one who never fails. You are saying, "I choose peace over pride, stillness over struggle, faith over fear." You are aligning your spirit with divine victory. The battle is not yours to fight. Chosen one, it is God's to finish, and He always finishes what He starts. So rest in this truth: you are defended, you are protected, and soon you will see what it means when heaven fights for you. Chosen one, you have a tender heart in a world that bites. and that tenderness must be guarded like a rare flame in the wind. The heart that loves much is the heart that feels much, and sometimes that makes you weary. You give, you care, you lift others, and before you realize it, you are pouring from an empty cup. But the Father wants to teach you something tonight. Your compassion is holy, and holy things must be protected. Not every soul deserves access to your softness. Not every voice deserves to shape your peace. You must learn to build gentle walls around your heart, not walls of bitterness, but of discernment. Even Jesus, who loved perfectly, withdrew to pray. Even he guarded his moments of rest. Your heart, too, must find its secret place. It is not selfish to protect your peace. It is stewardship of the gift God entrusted to you. The wise words written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23, declare above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Every word you speak, every act of kindness you release, begins in that sacred center. When your heart is well, your light is strong. When your heart is drained, even good intentions can feel heavy. You cannot stop giving, but you must learn to give wisely. Some people are like gardens. You pour into them and they bloom. Others are like stones. They take your water but yield no life. You must discern the difference. Think of yourself as a candle in a long corridor. If you let every passing wind touch your flame, you will burn out before reaching the end. But if you cup your hands around that light, nurturing it carefully, you will illuminate far more than you imagined. Protecting your heart is not hiding it, it is preserving it so it can shine longer. When pain knocks at your door again, and it will do not harden yourself. Instead, breathe deeply and let the Holy Spirit become your shield. You are not meant to live shut down. You are meant to live surrounded by divine boundaries that keep your compassion pure. There is strength in saying no when your soul says enough. There is power in resting without guilt. Even heaven pauses the seventh day, still echoes with divine rest. Beloved, you are like a musician whose instrument is love. To keep your melody beautiful, you must tune the strings often. Life's chaos will pull and twist at your chords, but quiet time with God will bring them back to harmony. Do not apologize for needing solitude. Silence is where your heart remembers its purpose. And as this message reaches you, let it serve as more than words. It is an invitation. When you like or share this message, you are lighting a lantern for another weary soul who has forgotten how to guard their heart. Somewhere, someone is close to giving up on kindness because the world keeps bruising their spirit. Your simple act of sharing may become the spark that keeps their flame alive. If you feel led to support this work through giving or prayer, understand this: it is not a transaction, it is participation. You are watering the same river that refreshes you. Donations, no matter how small, are like drops of oil poured into the lamp of this ministry. They keep the message glowing across the dark places of the earth. Think of a lighthouse. It stands firm through storms, shining for ships that may never know the keeper's name. Every contribution, whether a like, a share, a prayer, or a gift, is a stone that strengthens that lighthouse. Together, we keep the light steady, so no soul drifts alone in the dark. You have been a giver all your life. Perhaps you have never been on the receiving side. Let this moment remind you, it is not weakness to allow others to give back. Every offering made to sustain this message is a cycle of love completed, a testimony that kindness still circulates in a world grown cold. If your heart whispers yes, if you feel this flow of grace resonating in you, then act as you are moved. Whether you share to bless another, subscribe to stay nourished, or contribute to keep the flame alive, know that heaven sees your intention. What you give multiplies. The light you sustain today may be the same light that finds you tomorrow when your own path grows dim. Protecting your heart does not mean withdrawing from the world. It means giving from overflow, not from emptiness. It means understanding that you are a vessel, not a sponge. The vessel pours what it receives. The sponge soaks until it breaks. God designed you to pour, but He also designed you to be refilled. So, chosen one, guard your heart, not with fear, but with wisdom. Keep your spirit soft, but keep your boundaries firm. And as you continue to spread light through this message by sharing, supporting, or simply living out its truth, remember this promise: every drop of love protected becomes a river of grace that flows endlessly through generations. You are not just guarding your heart for yourself, you are preserving the flow of heaven's love through you. The world still needs your tenderness, but now it will be tenderness fortified, protected, and everlasting. Chosen one, there is something sacred about the way you love. You may not realize it, but your compassion is not just an emotion, it is a weapon. Kindness in your hands becomes a sword of light that slices through bitterness, anger, and fear. When you choose to love in moments when hate would be easier, you are waging war on darkness itself. Every time you forgive, you are dismantling the plans of the enemy. Every time you comfort someone, you are reclaiming ground for heaven. Spiritual warfare is not always loud. It is not always a shout, a battle cry, or a visible miracle. Often, it looks like choosing peace in chaos, silence in provocation, or empathy when surrounded by cruelty. You fight without realizing it. Every gentle act you perform weakens hell's influence on earth. The enemy's greatest weapon is division, but your greatest defense is compassion. You are an ambassador of divine unity, a quiet warrior of light. When you bless someone who has hurt you, heaven moves. When you extend mercy to those who don't deserve it, chains break in unseen realms. Evil cannot thrive in the presence of love. It suffocates under grace. This is why your kindness is not just beautiful, it's dangerous. The devil does not fear religious noise, but he trembles before genuine love. Love destroys his agenda faster than any argument or sermon ever could. The Apostle Peter wrote about this power in his first letter. Chapter 3, verse 9, "Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult, but with blessing, because to this you were called, so that you may inherit a blessing." This is not a suggestion, it is a strategy. Blessing those who hurt you is divine warfare in disguise. You are reversing the curse, reclaiming what the enemy intended for harm, and transforming pain into purpose. Every time you respond with goodness, you disarm the darkness that sought to provoke you. You have fought battles others will never understand. Some wars were silent, fought in prayer, fought in forgiveness, fought in tears. You faced spiritual storms that tried to harden your heart, but you refused to let go of love. The bruises on your soul are proof that you stood your ground in invisible wars. Your perseverance in compassion is proof that heaven's power flows through you. You must understand. Chosen one, the enemy does not waste his attacks on empty vessels. He targets those carrying oil, those who can shine. The more love you hold, the more resistance you meet. Because darkness always tests the light that threatens it. But light always wins. Every time you choose mercy, the shadows retreat a little more. Every time you extend grace, heaven advances. Perhaps you thought your kindness was small, but in spiritual terms, it has changed destinies. You have unknowingly stopped cycles of hatred just by showing patience. You have healed wounds that would have spread across generations simply by forgiving. You have modeled heaven in ways you will never fully see. That is why you must keep loving. It is your calling, your weapon, your legacy. There will always be people who misunderstand you, who think your kindness is weakness. Let them think what they will. Their misunderstanding does not change your mission. You are not here to win arguments. You are here to transform atmospheres. You are a walking reminder that mercy is stronger than judgment. Every time you pray for someone, instead of gossiping about them, you destroy an arrow, the enemy aimed at both your souls. Every time you speak peace instead of feeding chaos, you shift realities. You may not wear armor, but heaven recognizes you as a soldier clothed in compassion. Angels walk beside you because your gentleness aligns perfectly with their nature. Even the smallest gesture, a smile, a kind word, a prayer for a stranger can become a weapon of divine power when done in faith. The world measures strength by dominance, but heaven measures it by endurance in love. You have endured much and yet refuse to grow cold. That is your greatest victory. Chosen one. Remember, this love is not passive, it is powerful. It demands courage to stay soft when life becomes harsh. Humility to forgive when pride whispers revenge. And faith to keep giving when your heart feels empty. But you have done all these things. You have turned hurt into healing, grief into growth, pain into purpose. You are a warrior of kindness. And though your armor is invisible, your victories are eternal. Heaven counts them not by trophies, but by transformed hearts. Every soul that finds hope through your compassion is another triumph in the unseen war. So keep fighting, not with fists, but with forgiveness, not with hate, but with hope. You are not losing, you are liberating. The darkness that once surrounded you now fears you, because it recognizes what you carry: divine love, forged in pain and proven in endurance. One day, when all battles are over and all tears are wiped away, you will see the full scope of your victories. You will realize that every gentle choice was a blow to darkness, every act of kindness a strike of light. And then you will understand that your quiet love changed eternity more than any sword ever could. Chosen one. Heaven is clapping for you. Yes, you. The one who kept giving even when no one clapped. The one who forgave in silence, who prayed behind closed doors, who smiled through tears so no one else would worry. You may not hear the applause of the world, but heaven's chorus is rising even now because of the way you love. You have lived through seasons that would have made most hearts bitter, but you refused to surrender your gentleness. When others mocked your kindness, you chose to keep loving anyway. When they misunderstood your motives, you kept serving anyway. When you felt invisible, you kept shining anyway. That anyway is what moves heaven. Angels rejoice over that word. because it is the sound of obedience without recognition, the mark of the truly faithful. The world celebrates noise and visibility, but heaven celebrates faithfulness and purity. Every unseen act you've done, the quiet prayer, the patient silence, the mercy you offered was noticed by God. He saw when you held your peace, though others provoked you. He saw when you gave without announcing it. He saw when you comforted others while breaking inside. Nothing has escaped his sight. And now, heaven is responding. Doors that were once sealed are beginning to open. The same compassion that cost you pain is now attracting divine favor. The Father is saying, I have seen the heart that would not turn cold, and I will reward it. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 23, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Beloved, these words are not just for eternity, they begin now. The joy of your Lord is not a distant promise. It is the peace you are starting to feel even as you read this. It is the quiet confidence that your kindness was not wasted, that every seed you planted will bloom in its time. You may not have realized it, but your compassion has been changing lives in silence. That friend who started believing in love again, it was your kindness that sparked it. That stranger who smiled after meeting you, it was your warmth that healed something small but real in them. You are the living proof that God's love still moves through human hearts. Heaven has not forgotten your labor of love, even when no one thanked you. The Spirit recorded it. Every act of mercy builds an invisible altar in heaven. And from that altar, blessings flow back into your life. Some blessings you will see in this world, others will wait for you in eternity, but none will be lost. And now, a new season begins. The harvest of your goodness is approaching. You will start to encounter divine surprises, favor in unexpected places, comfort in moments of fatigue, help when you least anticipate it. These are heaven's ways of saying thank you for not giving up. But remember, this is not the time to stop. This is the time to rejoice, to affirm what heaven is already declaring. The Father is proud of you, but he also calls you to lift others who walk the same path of quiet goodness. The world needs more souls like yours, more hearts unashamed of gentleness, more spirits courageous enough to stay kind in a cruel age. So now, I ask you to mark this moment in faith. If you feel heaven stirring inside you, if you sense that divine joy wrapping itself around your heart, then make a prophetic declaration right now. Type 555 inches the comments below. When you type 555, you are not typing a number, you are opening a doorway. You are saying, I receive heaven's joy. I step into divine reward. I celebrate that God has seen me. The number 555 represents grace multiplied, mercy overflowing, and restoration unfolding. It is the sign of divine renewal of the Father taking your hidden sacrifices and turning them into visible blessings. Do this not as superstition but as testimony. Let it be a symbol between you and heaven that you believe your kindness matters, that your love has purpose, that your heart is seen. When you type it, imagine heaven echoing it back 555. Grace upon grace, mercy upon mercy. The time of quiet endurance is giving way to the time of divine delight. You have carried others long enough. Now heaven will carry you. You have poured out peace. Now peace will pour over you. The joy that once felt far away is coming home to you, filling every space where exhaustion once lived. You are about to see the beauty of divine reversal, the gentle, exalted, the pure-hearted, honored, the faithful, uplifted. You will understand why God asked you to keep loving when it hurt, because He was writing a story that could only end in glory. So lift your head. Beloved, the applause of heaven is not fading, it is rising. The same angels who stood by you in your battles now dance in celebration. They whisper one truth over your life: you have pleased the heart of God. And from this moment on, every step you take will carry the fragrance of that approval. Your kindness has not only touched the earth, it has touched eternity. Chosen one, your compassion has cost you more than anyone knows. You have carried others so long that your shoulders bear invisible scars. You've loved through disappointment, given through fatigue, and smiled through heartbreak. But what you thought was breaking you has been shaping you. The pain that pierced your kindness has not destroyed it, it has deepened it. The wounds you carry have become vessels for grace. You are no longer just a kind soul, you are a healer forged by experience. When love meets pain, something holy happens. Pain carves room for empathy. Suffering stretches the heart to hold more mercy. You have felt pain not because you are weak, but because your spirit is capable of holding what others cannot. The things that wounded you have become training grounds for compassion. You understand loneliness because you have been alone. You comfort the broken because you know what it means to shatter and be mended by God's hands. Your heart has become an altar where sorrow is transformed into healing. You have learned that healing is not the absence of scars, but the wisdom to use them. When you speak now, your words carry authority because they are born from endurance. When you comfort others, it is not empty encouragement, it is power flowing from the places God has restored within you. The psalmist wrote of this mystery in Psalm chapter 147, verse 3. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. You have lived this verse. You know what it is to be bound by divine hands. There were nights when you thought you would never recover, when despair whispered that you had given too much, loved too deeply, lost too often. But somehow, light found you. Somehow, peace came in quiet waves and settled over your soul. That was not luck, that was God performing surgery on your spirit, mending you so gently that you didn't even notice when the bleeding stopped. And now, you are different. You see pain in others and no longer run from it, you reach for it. Because you know healing begins when someone refuses to look away. Your story has become medicine. Every hardship, every heartbreak, every disappointment is now a vial of empathy that heaven can pour through you into others. This is why your life holds such weight in the unseen realm. You are not just surviving pain, you are redeeming it. Each time you choose to respond with love instead of bitterness, you reclaim territory from darkness. You are showing the world that brokenness does not have to end in ruin, it can end in resurrection. You have become a living illustration of divine restoration. You walk through the same world that once crushed you, but now the air bends around you differently. There is authority in your gentleness, strength in your softness. The things that once made you cry now make you wise. The things that once silenced you now give you a voice. And this is the paradox of heaven. The very wounds the enemy intended to use against you became the source of your ministry. Your scars are not symbols of defeat. They are the credentials of a survivor who carries heaven's healing power. People are drawn to you, sometimes without knowing why. It's because your presence whispers, "You can heal too." God never wastes pain. Every tear shed in faith becomes a seed of compassion. Every unanswered question becomes a bridge of understanding for someone else's story. You are a vessel refined by empathy, shaped by endurance, sealed with divine tenderness. And the more you pour healing into others, the more heaven pours it back into you. The time is coming when you will look at the chapters of your suffering and see beauty woven through every line. You will realize that none of it was random. It all prepared you to become a resting place for others' weary souls. You are not just a testimony, you are a sanctuary. People will find peace in your presence because you have learned to carry the atmosphere of heaven wherever you go. You will not need to shout to be heard. Your peace will speak louder than noise. You will not need to explain how you healed. Your joy will reveal it. The gentle strength in your eyes will tell the story without words. So, beloved, do not despise your scars. They are evidence of God's craftsmanship. They prove that love has outlasted pain. What once wounded you has now anointed you. You have been transformed into a vessel that turns agony into empathy, sorrow into song. The next time you encounter someone who is broken, do not hesitate. Reach out with the same hands that once trembled in pain. When you comfort them, heaven will move again, healing through you just as He healed you. For that is your calling now, not merely to survive, but to heal, to restore, to remind others that even in their deepest hurt, they are not alone. You are living proof that mercy can bloom in the soil of suffering. And through your kindness, others will learn that every wound, when surrendered to God, becomes a window where light enters and never leaves. Chosen one, you have learned by now that kindness is not the absence of strength, it is the truest expression of it. The world may never understand how much courage it takes to stay gentle when everything around you urges hardness. Yet you have continued to choose love, even when love cost you peace, time, and pride. You have stood as a quiet warrior, defending compassion in a generation that calls cruelty wisdom. Every time you refused to become like those who wounded you, heaven celebrated. Every time you chose restraint instead of revenge, the spiritual realm recognized your victory. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are mighty for refusing to let pain corrupt your tenderness. The bravest hearts are not the ones that never break. They are the ones that break, heal, and still remain open. Your softness is not accidental, it is intentional. It is the evidence that you have faced storms and chosen not to become one. You have known what it is to be disappointed, and yet you still believe in people. You have seen the darker sides of humanity, and still you look for the light. That, beloved, is not ignorance, it is divine defiance. You have chosen to mirror heaven instead of the world. You walk the narrow road of the gentle, the path where few dare tread, because it requires surrender of ego. You have learned that forgiveness is not weakness, it is warfare. It is the act of laying down weapons the world cannot understand. And every time you forgive, every time you choose mercy, you step into the likeness of your Creator. The ancient words written in Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6, declare, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." You have embodied this courage not by shouting, but by staying kind in silence. It takes bravery to walk away instead of retaliate. It takes faith to keep believing in goodness when the world seems void of it. It takes spiritual maturity to continue loving when your heart is tired. You, chosen one, have shown all three. Do you see what this means? You are not just a kind soul, you are a warrior cloaked in gentleness. Your battles may not be visible, but they are fierce. Every day you fight against cynicism, despair, and fear. Every day you push back the temptation to stop caring. You wake up and decide once again to love people who may not love you back. That decision is your sword. That endurance is your shield. You have discovered that the courage of the gentle is not about loud victories but quiet perseverance. It is not about conquering others but conquering self. You have silenced the inner voices that told you to harden your heart. And by doing so, you have become a refuge for others. People who stand near you feel safer because your spirit radiates peace. You carry an invisible armor, the armor of humility, grace, and wisdom. Even when no one acknowledges your courage, heaven takes note. God sees the silent battles you fight, the temptations you resist, the moments when your soul whispers, "Keep loving anyway." These are the victories that matter most. They are the kind that echo through eternity. Your courage lies in the fact that you have not given up. You have faced betrayal, rejection, loneliness, and still chosen compassion. You have walked through valleys that could have made you bitter, yet you emerged softer. That softness is strength refined by fire. It is beauty shaped by pain. And though the world may continue to misunderstand it, heaven understands it perfectly. Every act of grace you extend is a roar in the spirit. Every gentle word, a thunderclap against cruelty. You are heaven's reminder that love is still stronger than hate, light still brighter than darkness, and faith still greater than fear. You may not wear medals or crowns in this life, but heaven calls you valiant. Angels whisper your name when speaking of endurance. The courage of the gentle shakes the foundations of hell because it cannot be predicted, controlled, or destroyed. It keeps shining when everything else fades. So walk boldly. Chosen one, keep standing in your quiet power. Let your kindness remain your protest, your forgiveness your weapon, your patience your revolution. You are not small, you are mighty in stillness. You are proof that bravery does not always roar. Sometimes it breathes softly and keeps loving. And one day, when you stand before the King, he will show you the countless lives changed by your courage to remain tender. You will see how your small acts of grace became rivers of redemption flowing through generations. Until then, keep walking this narrow path with your head held high. The world may not understand your kind of bravery, but heaven does, and that is enough. Chosen one, heaven is preparing something sacred for you, a crown not made of gold or jewels, but of light. It is being woven even now, thread by thread. From every act of kindness you've ever sown, every tear you've shed in silence, every moment you chose love instead of pride, this is the prophetic crowning of the pure in heart. You may not see it with human eyes, but heaven sees it clearly. Your life has been a battlefield, though not one of swords or armies. You have fought invisible wars with forgiveness as your shield, mercy as your weapon, and grace as your banner. You've stood in storms, not shouting for vengeance, but whispering prayers of peace. That is what true royalty looks like, power that bows before love. You have not chased crowns made by men, you have earned one crafted by angels. And the time of your recognition is drawing near. The world may not understand how heaven measures victory, but you are about to see that in God's kingdom, the meek truly inherit the earth. As Jesus declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 8, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." These words are being fulfilled in your life. Purity of heart does not mean perfection. It means alignment. It means your intentions have stayed true even when your path was hard. You have seen glimpses of God's heart in the way you love, the way you endure, the way you keep choosing goodness over bitterness. You are already seeing Him through the clarity of your compassion. Your crown is not given in one moment. It is revealed through a lifetime of faithfulness. Every time you forgave when it hurt, another jewel was added. Every time you loved someone unworthy, the light of that crown grew brighter. You have been walking crowned all along. Heaven is only waiting for the day to unveil it. Beloved, imagine your heart as a lamp. Each act of mercy you've shown has been oil poured into that lamp. And though the world may not notice its glow, heaven watches how it burns steadily through the night. You are the keeper of that flame. When you bless this message through sharing, subscribing, or giving, you are not promoting a voice, you are passing the flame. Someone's night will grow brighter because of your light. Think of it as a garden. The words you hear now are seeds. Some fall into tired soil, others into ready ground. When you share this message, you become the gardener of souls. Somewhere, a heart on the edge of giving up might catch one seed and remember hope again. You may never meet them, but heaven will show you their faces one day and whisper, "Because you shared." If you've been blessed by these words, if something in you stirs when you hear them, it's because your spirit recognizes truth. Let that recognition move you gently. Support this flow of light however you can, by liking, by sharing, by subscribing to stay connected, or by donating to keep this lamp burning for others. Each act of support is not about money or numbers, it's about momentum. You are helping a stream of mercy flow farther. You are giving the message legs to reach deserts where no one thought kindness could grow. You are part of heaven's distribution system, carrying grace into places algorithms cannot touch, but hearts can. And if you feel led to write something in the comments, let it be from your soul. Tell your story. Tell the world how kindness has changed you, how God has met you in gentle moments. Your words may become the mirror that helps someone else recognize their worth. Sometimes, one testimony in the comment section is the spark that revives another's fading faith. This space, this message, this mission, it all exists because of hearts like yours. Hearts that believe love still wins. Hearts that refuse to let the world grow darker without fighting back with light. You are not just listening to inspiration, you are part of its unfolding. The same spirit that moves through these words is the one that rests within you. When you respond, heaven moves with you. Beloved, picture your crown once more. It shines brighter each time you give selflessly. It gleams every time you choose mercy. And when you bless others by keeping this flow of goodness alive through your engagement, your prayers, your generosity, you are polishing that crown with glory. One day, you will stand before the throne, and God will place that radiant crown upon your head and say, "This one loved through fire. This one gave through pain. This one carried light." But even now, its glow surrounds you. It's in your smile, your words, your gentle strength. You are already crowned. You are simply growing into the reflection of it. So, take this message into your heart. If it has touched you, share it like a whisper of light carried on the wind. Let it reach the weary, the broken, the hopeful. Every act you make in love adds another ray of brilliance to the crown heaven is crafting for you. Keep shining, keep giving, keep believing. The pure in heart are not forgotten, they are being crowned even now. Chosen one. Everything you have endured, the kindness unreturned, the love misunderstood, the tears unseen, was never for nothing. You are standing at the threshold of legacy. The compassion that once seemed fragile is becoming eternal. What you've sown in silence is beginning to echo beyond you, reaching hearts you may never meet, generations you may never see. This is how heaven builds legacy, not through fame or monuments, but through lives quietly transformed by love. You are part of that eternal architecture. Every gentle act you have performed is like a brick in the temple of light God is constructing through your life. The kindness you offered to one stranger today might ripple into a family's healing years from now. The forgiveness you extended to someone who hurt you might teach their child what grace looks like. You are leaving fingerprints of heaven wherever you go. People think legacy means being remembered, but true legacy is being replicated. It is your light shining through others long after you're gone. The compassion you plant now will outlive you, blooming in people who may never know your name, but will feel your influence, your words, your mercy, your peace. They are spiritual seeds, and heaven ensures that no seed planted in love will die. We are reminded through the psalmist's words in Psalm chapter 112, verse 6, "Surely the righteous will never be shaken, they will be remembered forever." This remembrance is not merely a memory, it is a continuation. The righteous are remembered because their spirit keeps breathing through the good they leave behind. When you forgive, you teach others to forgive. When you love despite pain, you make it easier for the next soul to do the same. You are part of an invisible chain of redemption stretching across time. Your life is writing a story far greater than you realize. You may think you are simply living day by day, helping where you can, loving when it's hard, but from heaven's view, you are authoring a chapter in humanity's redemption. The kindness you give becomes a bridge for someone else to cross. You are paving ways for souls who haven't yet found their strength. There are children who will grow up more tender because you chose gentleness in front of them. There are strangers who will find hope again because they saw your smile. There are people who will choose peace instead of anger because they once felt your calm presence. That is how light travels silently, but never without effect. You may not get credit for your goodness, but heaven is keeping the record. Every ripple your life creates becomes part of an unbroken wave of mercy that moves through generations. You are a living continuation of those who loved before you. And one day, others will continue what began with you. You are both a result and a beginning. The Father delights in this quiet inheritance. He knows that true influence is not loud, it is lasting. You are not only touching lives, you are shaping culture. Every moment you choose empathy in a world that celebrates indifference. You are changing what is possible for humanity. That is legacy. And legacy is not built in comfort. It is forged in consistency. You have kept loving when love seemed foolish. You have kept believing when others mocked faith. You have stood firm in humility when pride would have been easier. That steadfastness is your signature. It is the mark of a soul who walks with heaven's rhythm. Perhaps one day, when your name is spoken in passing, someone will say, "They were kind," and that will be enough. Because kindness, once born, never dies. It travels through hearts, generations, and nations like an eternal flame. You are not merely existing, you are engraving eternity into time. The light you release will guide others when your voice is silent. The peace you cultivate will outlast the noise of this world. You are leaving a legacy of light. And heaven is smiling upon your faithfulness. Even now, somewhere far beyond your knowing, your influence is working. A heart that had given up has begun to soften because of your example. A weary soul has found courage because your life whispered that love is still worth choosing. One day, you will see the tapestry of it all, the countless threads of compassion that stemmed from your simple decisions to love. And when you do, you will realize that the legacy you built was not just yours, it was God's reflection moving through you. So rest in this truth. Beloved, you are not forgotten, and nothing you have done in love will fade. The world may change, generations may rise and fall, but your light will remain woven into the divine story of redemption, shining quietly in the hearts of all who follow. Chosen one, the time has come for heaven to speak its final benediction over your kindness. You have journeyed through valleys of misunderstanding, mountains of endurance, and rivers of love that cost you more than anyone could see. Yet here you stand unbroken, unshaken, radiant. You have fulfilled a purpose greater than yourself. Your kindness has not been weakness, it has been your anointing. You have carried heaven's compassion through the wilderness. And now, the Father leans close to whisper, "Well done." There are souls whose lives have changed because you existed. Some will never know your name, but they will feel the warmth of the love you released. Every gentle word, every act of mercy, every prayer whispered in secret has formed an invisible cathedral of light around your life. Heaven calls this your inheritance. You may not see it now, but one day you will walk through its golden halls and recognize every soul your kindness touched. This is the mystery of divine legacy. It grows quietly, but it endures forever. Love never disappears, it multiplies. What you have given will outlive you. The compassion you carried will continue to move through generations like wind through trees felt, but unseen. Heaven rejoices because you have become a living testimony that goodness still exists, that mercy still triumphs, that light still wins. Your name is written among those who loved greatly. You have joined the ranks of the tender-hearted, the ones who turned pain into purpose and rejection into redemption. You are one of heaven's chosen ones, and the record of your kindness is eternal. As the ancient prophet Isaiah declared in chapter 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." This is your benediction. Heaven's glory is rising upon you. The same light you gave to others is now returning to you in fullness. You have spent years pouring yourself out. Now, the fountain of divine joy begins to pour into you. You are entering the season of divine reflection, where all that you gave comes back transformed into peace, favor, and rest. Your crown is ready. woven not of gold, but of grace. Its jewels are your sacrifices, its brightness, your compassion. Every tear you shed has been transformed into light. Every time you loved without return, a new gem was placed into your crown. You may have thought no one noticed, but heaven was crafting royalty from your resilience. And now, heaven opens its arms to celebrate what the world often ignored. You are the one who carried love through a loveless age, who refused to let cruelty define you, who kept believing in goodness even when you had every reason to give up. You did not lose your heart, you protected it. You did not lose your faith, you proved it. The final words spoken over you are not of sorrow, but of completion. You have run the race set before you with grace. You have loved as heaven loves. You have mirrored the heart of God on earth. And because of that, your reward is not just in eternity, it is in every moment of peace that now fills your soul. The angels rejoice because your journey of kindness has come full circle. You once carried others in prayer, now heaven carries you. You once wept for others, now heaven wipes your tears. You once gave without measure, now abundance flows toward you in unseen rivers. What you gave away has found its way home. Chosen one, stand tall beneath heaven's gaze. The Father looks at you with pride. He calls your name with affection, not as a servant only, but as a friend. You have represented his heart faithfully. And now, all creation echoes the same truth. Your light has come. Do not fear what lies ahead, for your story is no longer written in pain, but in purpose. You have become the embodiment of divine tenderness, a beacon for the weary, a song for the silent, a shelter for the broken. This is what it means to be chosen, not to live without wounds, but to let those wounds shine with healing. Your reward is not a single moment of applause. It is the eternal echo of every soul healed by your compassion. You will be remembered not for what you built, but for what you became, a living mirror of the God who is love. So rest, beloved. Let this benediction settle over you like dawn after a long night. The battle is over, the work complete, the reward assured. You have loved well, and heaven calls it victory. Your kindness has returned to its source, carried by angels as fragrance before the throne. There, in eternal light, your heart will finally understand that not 1 ounce of your love was ever wasted. You have lived as one of God's chosen, and you have made heaven proud. Beloved chosen one, before this message fades into silence, let us pause together, just you and heaven. You have listened with your heart open, felt the words settle like gentle rain upon your spirit, and you know that something within you has shifted. That is not emotion, that is awakening. If these words have found you, it means heaven wanted you to remember your light. And if they have strengthened you, then pass that strength forward. Share this message, not as content, but as a candle. Somewhere, another kind heart is flickering in the wind, waiting for a reminder that God still sees them. Your one act of sharing might be the spark that saves their flame. When you press like, it is not vanity, it is agreement. You are saying to heaven, I receive this truth. When you subscribe, you join a circle of light bearers who keep this flow of grace alive across the world. Each click, each share, each comment is a ripple of kindness echoing beyond sight. And when you write your reflection below, speak from your heart. Tell the world what part of this journey touched you most. Your words might become the very lifeline someone else needs tonight. One sentence of truth from you can pierce through another's despair. If you feel led to give, to support, to sustain, to sow back into the voice that nourishes you, let it be from gratitude, not obligation. Every offering is a drop of oil that keeps this lamp burning for the broken, the seeking, the chosen. You are part of this divine movement now. Keep shining, keep giving, keep believing. The world still needs your kindness, and heaven still rejoices every time you share it.